So one of my early videos was on the film Black Hawk Down. Now, I don't know if you've seen Black Hawk Down, but for me, it's one of my favorite war movies. I remember going to the cinema and watching it. I didn't really know much about the story. I watched the film and I really enjoyed it. And in my video, I talked about what actually happened in Mogadishu, what the fact that the cast was quite an assembled cast. So you had people like Ewan McGregor, you had Josh Harnett, you had early roles for people like Orlando Bloom. And then a couple of people I spoke to or commented said, it would be interesting to know the real story or, the background into it, what actually happened. And I was recommended to watch Surviving Black Hawk Down, which is currently on Netflix. So I've watched it. It's 3 episodes, and this is my quick review. So my first thought was that was it a honest, independent, impartial review of what happened? Now, first of all, you've got to think that the actual documentary, I believe, was by Ridley Scott, who was the director of the original film. So straight away, I was like, is this going to be sort of sided towards the maybe the American side? However, you have various people give accounts. So you've got a number of American soldiers or rangers, Delta Force, give their account of what they remember. And then you've got various people who are actually present during what happened in 1993 also give their account. And it is really interesting hearing the accounts from the various sides about what happened on that day. Now, you've got to remember that this was a mission where it was believed that it would take 60 minutes. It didn't take 60 minutes, it stretched to 18 hours plus. The American lost two Black Hawks, and I can't even begin to imagine how it would have felt like for anybody that was there, whether it was on the side of the Somali people or the side of the Americans. But there's various accounts that I've read, and again, you just don't know if it's true. I've read accounts such as things like there was no water, so the American soldiers had to drink water from puddles. I've read things like the Somali militia were using women and children as shields. And then you've got to look at who's writing it. So, when anything's written like this, is it with a particular spin so you're sympathetic towards one side or another? It was just really, really interesting. And I do love a documentary, I must say, especially where it's something or based on real events. And I've seen the film, which I love. So all I'll say is certainly go and watch it if you haven't seen it already. This video is not to say who was wrong and who was right. It's just highlighting that there is a documentary out there about what happened in Mogadishu. It is really, really good. And let me know your thoughts in the comments. But for me, it's one of the best documentaries I've watched in a long time.